It was on a Wednesday evening, I was horrified to see my broadband wasn't working, so of course I called BT. I spoke to several agents, but none could tell me why. They just said restart your router, which is BT for goodbye. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. Then on the Thursday morning my broadband had returned, so I thought that things were sorted and I wasn't too concerned. But later that same Thursday my broadband stopped again, and BT said they'd fix it, but they couldn't tell me when. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. 'Twas on the Friday morning they thought they'd found the fault, but with the weekend looming, work grinds to a halt. On Saturdays and Sundays my calls would be in vain, so 'twas on the Monday morning that I rang BT again. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. BT couldn't tell me why my service comes and goes. It's OpenReach's problem, so at BT no one knows. OpenReach, it turns out, is the firm that does repairs, and they hadn't sent an update with the who's and when's and where's. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. I asked to speak to OpenReach, they said you don't understand. They're not a part of BT, I said your logo's on their vans. So as a paying customer, all that I can do is call the chaps at BT. Well, I hope that works for you. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. They sent an engineer round who didn't have a brief, but my broadband had come back again, which caused us both some grief. As the engineer put it,
I'll be tearing out my hair if I try to trace the fault for you, well, the fault just isn't there.
Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do.
It turns out what has happened is a truck had hit the box. Where your internet is routed, they're not built to take big knocks.
But OpenReach had fixed it, simple logic shows, 'cause my broadband has been working, although it comes and goes. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do.
But while your box is working, the mains cable has been cut, so they're running it on batteries. In 8 hours they go fat.
So now we know the reason why my service is so dire. They spend time changing batteries, not joining up the wire. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. Power's not a BT problem, it's the power people's task to replace the broken cable. I said let's ring them up and ask, but it's a different company. Will this mantra never cease? Repeating it ad nauseam brings me no inner peace. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. The power people told BT the best that could be done was repair it by the end of May, 3 weeks of battery fun. But to be fair to BT, though I'm not supposed to say, they said just buy a dongle, send the bill and we will pay. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. Things then went from bad to worse, my phone line went as well. So I called BT by mobile, 14p a minute, hell. They said they're very sorry, this repair could take 5 days. I said please make it sooner, but they just said no way. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. Now this bit's strange. Less than 10 hours later, my phone was back, and so I called BT to thank them, but BT didn't know. Then nearly 5 days later, a text arrived to say, your phone line is now working, start your router right away. Oh, it all makes work for the customer to do. It's now Wednesday 4 weeks later, and I'm horrified to see that my broadband has just stopped again, so of course I'll call BT.